quick because I have no other way to articulate this besides using those wordings. So step out of any religious or whatever thing that you believe in for a moment and just listen to what I'm saying and put it in context of whatever wordings fit best for you. This is why we have this soul, body, spirit. Like I said this before, but when you understand the soul, who we are, then that's the truth of all things. Love is truth, and truth is love, and there's no way around that. Once you understand love, you understand all truth of all things. Yeah, and that's your soul. Now, they have basically through just our beliefs, which is making us believe in putting our beliefs in thought forms. Now, we have the physical body and the spirit is within the physical body, same with the soul, but they have manifested, you could say, negative spirits within the physical body, or what they call demon spirits within the physical body. And those demonish spirits are, you could say, our belief in fear itself, which really thought forms. When you leave your body, you will see that your thought forms are not actually, or your thought forms are physical manifestations. So they're not just, they don't just wither away. That your thought forms are actually real physical manifestations that you cannot perceive within the physical body, but once you leave the physical body, you will see the very thought form of that which you've been thinking. And so when you have negative beliefs in yourself, negative self-sabotaging beliefs in yourself, you are self-manifesting a thought form, a negative spirit within you that basically, you could say, takes hold of your physical experience. The very spirit of that negative thing that you've been thinking has no power over the soul itself. It's like money. It's like currency, the artificial mean of currency. They see everything that you're actually looking for is in a home is love. But there's no difference at all. There's no difference. You could, with a disclaimer, I'm not promoting any form of suicide within people, but if you choose to leave in the out-of-body state, then you leave. You have the same capacity as that which when you die. When the soul is leaving the body, it's leaving the body. In what you choose to access, what you choose to bring into this physical body, is the same as it's the same thing. Without repeating it too much, but it is the same thing.
So not to close, but something just came up. So when we have an outer body experience, we come back, obviously, but does that individual have an option to not come back and stay where they are, or is that not possible at all?
Yes, you do. Everybody has the choice to stay here or leave. Even out of body near death as well. Everybody has that choice, and for me to say that you do not have that choice, or for anybody to say otherwise would basically you would be saying to yourself, you're not the infinite, and you don't have power. Yeah, you have the choice to do whatever it is. But I will say this, the regrettable is the unforgettable. That's not necessarily judgment, but the regrettable is the unforgettable, so, yeah.
So then we come back from that state is because, like you mentioned a little bit earlier, that the infinite wants to experience whatever it's experiencing in this physical realm through their body-mind complex in order to know itself, and then so we come back here for those experiences in a way?
Well, I could tell you based off the things that I've seen, and what I'm about to say may come across as, well, how do you know this? You think you know it all, but give me a second to articulate it and go in this. The desire to come back here, because in essence, this place is coming to its completion. Now, this isn't fear. I'm not trying to hope harvest anything or anything like that. But when you go back into history, you'll see that we have come to certain points within history where things have reached a completion. And this is where you get the lost civilization of Atlantis, or let's just say the lost civilization of the Egyptians and the pyramids, etc. Where did they all go? So what I'm saying isn't just like a mystical thing of yes, it's going to, but this has happened in the past. You see, we are in a state what people call ascension. Yeah, where more people are waking up to their divinity of who they are, and even the other side has said enough of this. And how do I know that? How do I know that even the other side itself has said enough, and that this comes to a completion? Because everybody here is saying enough. And because everybody here is saying enough, they are the source of all things. They are the infinite. They are the very ones that give light and life to everything. When they say enough, they are the very other side saying enough. And so therefore it has no choice to be enough and done.
This crime is too big on the planet. It's gone disgusting.
People come back to show love from the other side and to help other people. That's it. That's it.
Simple as that.
Because you know what we're returning back to, and what this place, this very creation that we're in, the foundation of things, will turn into heaven's reflection.
Yeah, that's the Satya Yuga.
Quite literally will.
He doesn't even read.
I don't have
Spirit doesn't need
any
to read.
way to articulate this any better, but once we realize who we are, all of us realize who we are, and we become the very that reflected here, then all of everything within this place, all of the cells, the electromagnetic field of this entire environment changes.
That's why they're trying to keep us dumb.
And it changes because we influence electromagnetic
Exactly. They're the demiurge, or that materialistic, temporary, demonic energy, evil, just like the alchemist also says, and like I see happening in my life. I keep saying, why am I being targeted? And then I come back to the realization that I'm not the only one. Kids getting shot in the head, that's not normal. 1 million people demonstrating in Italy. This is the times are ending. Whether they end, he's not specifying whether it ends in nuclear war or whether it ends in the frequency. I think because he does not know. Because people that say they can predict exactly what's going to happen are liars, whether they're false light or whether they're delusional. You cannot know exactly what happens in the future. Like now, if I'm thirsty, I could feel thirsty. I could feel like going and get a glass of water. I could either wait another hour or go right now. Despite the fact that a few days ago, I wouldn't be able to go. So this is what I mean. Please believe that there's just too many people saying the same thing. It's going to be like heaven on earth, and it will be. It is already. If you're like me, living hell physically, and you still say, I feel love, I can tell you right now, I am totally happy. Maybe not how I'm feeling physically, because like I said, one day before I die, they may literally put me on a cross and drive me around. You saw the tanks yesterday. Those were tanks. Those were not snowplows. When a snowplow keeps following you and almost running you over once, it could happen once in 2 months, not 3-4 times in a couple of hours. So that is a murder. I don't know if they're going that way, but this is what I mean. And if I'm still happy knowing that the whole police force, the whole Canadian, and I had a feeling I would find something like Carney saying, let's welcome the New World Order. But he doesn't know it is true that there's a New World Order. What he said.
All the time.
This is what I'll name this video as opposed to the other. What he said. He say what? Now I'm saying what he said. I'll have what he's saying.
But the more we bring in from home into this body, we literally, it's a great revealing of that which has always been present in
That's
here,
it.
but seen and visible to everybody.
Even the people that seem like our enemies and are horrifically attached to evil and killing and torturing and subjugating us, they're still special. And that's the hardest thing, to see them that deep inside they're still good. Once you could feel the goodness inside them, you don't have to fear them. Obviously, I'm not there yet. See, not on a physical frequency, on a spiritual. That's why I say when I meditate, or when I'm not physically almost being run over or poisoned, or I can't eat, or I can't drink water, and I know it's the Montreal police behind it, and sometimes Apopex or whatever, and other people, it brings me a little bit like disgusted. And in the moment I say F off or things like that. Of course, I should do more. And it's not that I will only if I have to. The line in the sand on the physical world is our morals. It's representing, even before this change on the planet, the line in the sand is that some days we may have to take up arms before this Satya Yuga comes in. It's already here, but it's not materialized. So if before 2030 or 2032, they keep putting these stupid laws, if they want to force chips in us, vaccines. I had a horrific dream yesterday, and I don't know if it's that liquid that they put in me, but it made me open my eyes. I won't say what I dreamt, but I am fighting this horror, and the fighting is not only in trying to get away from their physical attacks. And if I am persecuted to this level in Montreal, which is one of the freest cities, even though Canada is turned sour, obviously evil, 90%, and even there, I am still targeted a billion times more than most people with these laws like Bill C2 or Bill 2 or Bill C8, C9. I repeat them, Bill C63, just some of the common ones. But there's more laws, there's more horrific things. I just put this guy to show you. This guy doesn't even know to write. If you follow his channel, but now he's on another lady's channel, things just pop up. The algorithms are still good. The internet, AI, just like Sage. I'm not going to show it now, but there's one that's called Sage. I forgot. It's this young girl. She's not that young, but she's from England. And what a funny accent was she talking. I have nothing against the English accent or the French from France. I find it cool. It has its uniqueness and it's original, especially the French and the English from England is the original one. So it's closer. I guess it's even that got developed some slang through movies. But I love everybody and I forgive everybody. And I keep saying and I ask, why all that stress? Why all that physical hunger to control and dominate and possess? You could have a heart attack or stroke and you die in seconds. Why not appreciate the experience here and try to feel what it's going to be like after you're gone? Like he had NDs when he was very young, but he has out-of-body experiences. And I don't want to talk about that, and because I don't want to talk about everything and explain, because sometimes when I talk about my psychic evolution, because it's not psychic, spiritual evolution has nothing to do, like I said, with the research the CIA does, and that wants to weaponize voodoo, or even one time somebody came close to me, and it was one of the, not this summer, but 2 summers ago, I think somebody did something like, I don't want to say what, but it was something, and I said it on my channel, I go, what, you're going to send people to try to curse me? Oh, that is the only thing. You are the curse police. You are the evil. You are the energized curse that could probably attain me. You are the only mystical force against materialized, as God has put me in this place to inspire people to say, I don't want that. I don't want to dominate others. When I think of just not hurting my cats that I had when I was young, just trying to keep them in one room, just trying to keep them close to me when I watch TV or whatever. And I say right now, was that me? Yes, I was 7 years old. Yes, I was that wild youngness that you don't know what you're doing half the time. But I say, why did I burn ants? Why did I try to dominate cats? They're so beautiful. They're so nice to see them free. And them teaching you could learn more from a cat. And some people say they are some kind of divine or some kind of celestial being or from other. It's for me, it's regardless of if aliens exist or not. But of course, it's logical that it's like saying the sun revolves around the earth. I think we figured it out. At least science has. And Sadhguru, I put a shirt that he was talking with something with quantum physics, and she was compromising. She was a bit like me with the police. Please, police, don't hurt me. Or not please, like begging, but saying compromise is hurting. It's not right. We're brothers, sisters. She was going like that to Sadhguru because he's so powerful as a non-weaponized entity on the planet. I think he's the most that has volunteers. That statue that he made, you see it in the smile of the statue of Shiva. Don't tell me you don't feel it. How did he capture that smile in metal? When you see that smile from that statue, if you don't feel anything like special, like when you see a cute cat, but that's not the same level. Seeing a cute cat or having family or friendly or friends or romance, I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but just about close. What you feel when you connect, that you could say to someone that's torturing you day after day for 7 years or 4 years physically, I could say, police, I really love you and forgive you. And I'm sorry if I'm bitter and cursing you sometimes, but that's something you want, just like the karma you will get. Is there any flinching in my voice? But it doesn't matter. It's like the scorpion and the frog. That's what I'm living right now in Montreal. Doesn't matter what I say. They are addicted to hurting me. And that's all they want. They want revenge for me speaking the truth. That I asked for help and I got hell. Further than more hell and more. And that's all they know. Until the time when they're going to say, oops, we did a boo-boo. We did a wrong. Oops, we were wrong. Of course you're wrong. There is no system. There is no classroom. There is no hierarchy. There is no president, no director that can always be saying, I leave you free. No. If there are rules, if there are conditions, it is not the free soul. The future of the planet, if and by 2032, they're delusional. I am delusional maybe if I would say, oh, the police, you can't hurt me. I'm all powerful. No, because I'd be speaking from this avatar. No. But you are all powerful with me, police, by soul. So you will help me stop you or your relatives from making the world a horrific place. Because I probably won't be here in a few months, or maybe, let's say, at best a few years, because they're going to make sure I'm not going to be able to speak up anymore. Soon, watch. It's not a prediction. It's a logical situation. But will they see that they should not have pressed with torturing me and continued? They should have apologized at least and stopped. Maybe apologized in indirect ways and tried to gaslight the reasons why the vehicles were there and then say, oh, do you still see the vehicles? No. So then the police has stopped bothering him. That would be a solution. But do people try to find the easy way out on the planet? No, not in a long time. And that's why they say when people from the other side are fed up, that's what Darius said. He means it, and he's not the only one. People that were always not talking about ending of the world, because he's saying the world is going to end the way it is now. And he didn't specify whether it was going to be destroyed by a nuclear bomb or CERN, just like that lady telling Sadhguru, well, Sadhguru, don't you see where the universe is conscious? Now, quantum physics or science close to the mainstream, if it's CERN, and I think she was from that organization, Oxford or something like that. And she was telling Sadhguru, hey, science and spirituality are mingling, because they're trying to brainwash spiritual people to a dictatorship, to an order. The universe is conscious, the molecules, this. He goes, yes, but if you don't purify your intent and let go of the illusion, you can't experience what God is. He says, you see the footprint of God, but you can't see God. You see the projection on the wall. You don't see the energy that's going to the wall and the energy of the wall, because the blackness of space, we project upon it. So we are both the projector and the canvas. I go beyond what they say, you're the projector or you're behind the projector. No, we're both. This is what we are when I meditate, or even, I don't even try to meditate anymore. Even in my hardest times or my meditative time, it does not change. Whether I'm dreaming, awake, or being tortured, part of me knows that I'm not only the projector, the canvas, the wall, I'm also the people hurting me. That's why I could forgive. And if I'm not triggered in the moment, like my animal state, like I said, and I didn't mean it in an offensive way, aren't people behaving worse than animals? Do you see animals like all lions or all gorillas or all cats or all dogs or wolves going into another territory to exterminate, to take over the territory of the other? No, they keep their territory. They try to compromise, but because they're animals, once in a while, they eat each other, and even for food. But we've surpassed that need to eat each other, my dear APAC, my dear Montreal police, my dear Putin, my dear North Korea, my dear Ukraine, my dear USA, my dear Canada, buddy with China. Yeah, I see a lot of Chinese people and I see a lot of weird eyes. It does not matter what you do physically to anyone or how you subjugate and enslave Canada or the world, Mr. Carney. Please know that it will end in a few years. Why not make the process smoother? Good vibes. Love you all. Hopefully you will not learn the hard way. Namaste.